Kershaw got shelled. The defense also looked shoddy, as I'm sure they got. Anybody's been on a team when the pitcher can't get anybody out and they're hitting rockets, it'll cause you to make errors. And what was a 3-1 game became an 8-1 game, ultimately an 8-2 game in the bottom of the ninth inning. Kershaw pitched 2 full innings, gives up 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 5 runs total, walks 3, gives up 2 home runs. And most of the reason he was brought in was because they wanted the lefty-lefty matchup with Kyle Schwarber, who had hit one in the parking lot earlier in the game, and he hit another one out against Kershaw. There's a couple takeaways I have from this, and then I would love your thoughts, Jason Stewart, because you've watched more of Clayton Kershaw's games than anybody in our building, and I'm guessing anybody who's listening, and you've watched almost all the Dodger games this year. The first thing is this. Clayton Kershaw had a really good year, regular season in pitching. What you saw last night is the difference in regular season and postseason. Remember, the regular season this year, Clayton Kershaw, 11-2, 3.36 ERA. Really surprising year in what will be his last year as a Dodger at 37 years old. I mean, it's good. But if you want the difference, and you can tell me he didn't have his stuff, that's fine. And I'm not sitting here telling you that he's not a Hall of Famer. He's not an all-time great. It diminishes anything at all. What it does is it diminishes regular season versus postseason. This is the perfect example of how much more difficult postseason baseball is because you're facing a lineup that everybody is locked in on one thing. On the scouting report, you're not playing 3 and then getting on a plane and playing 3 and then getting on a plane and having a day off and playing 4 and then getting on a plane and taking a day off and then playing 2 and then playing 3. You're not doing that. You're focused on one team, one scout, one source of analytic data, and you got to be ready to go. And the Phillies were. And if you have anything less than electric stuff, that's what happens to you. Baseball has 2 different seasons, and if you want to know how different those seasons are, watch Clayton Kershaw in the regular season, watch Clayton Kershaw last night. Every out he got seemed more like luck than every run they scored. But then it brings up the really curious question, which is, I understand why you gave him a look and maybe you want to save some of the bullpen in the 7th. And I get that once it got out of hand, once they hit a home run, it was 6-3, you're like, or 6-1, you're like, just leave him out there. Why send him back out there in the 8th inning? It's only a 2-run game. You got 5 arms in the bullpen.